Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm in a new background. I'm home for summer vacation, and I firstly would like to apologize for not uploading for a whole month. It has been a crazy month. It has been with the end of the school year and just cleaning up, transitioning back home for the summer, and fasting the month of Ramadan, and just coming home and getting sick. It has been a crazy month and I haven't been able to upload anything, but I have just tons of footage and vlogs from Saudi, and I'm totally going to be uploading and editing those soon, so be patient with me. I apologize, but just to get back on board, I wanted to start off with like a quick story time. It's not really a story time, it's stories. Times when my students made me feel broke, like beyond poor, broke AF. As I mentioned in an earlier video, I work with a super rich population in Saudi Arabia. I work in one of the I would say the most elite and prestigious schools in Saudi, and the kids that are enrolled in this school, the boys, it's an all-boys school. The boys that are enrolled in this school are super wealthy. Their families are beyond wealthy, like that 1% wealthy. So working with them was so interesting. They're third graders, they're still innocent, but like they don't really know the value of the wealth that they carry. But there's still elements in their conversations and the things that they say and do that boom shows you that dang, these kids, they got some money. I remember the first time that it really hit me was when we were discussing, we had a break, right? And I asked the students, oh, you guys share with me where you're gonna go for your vacation, what are you and your family gonna do? And I assumed they were just gonna talk about things local that they were gonna do, and you know, hands come up left and right. I'm going to Switzerland, I'm going skiing in the Swiss Alps, I'm going to the Bahamas, I'm going to Cancun, we are going to Italy, we're going to France, we're going to London. And I was like, well dang, these kids are making moves out here. And they're like, miss, where you going? I was like, you don't need to worry about where I'm going, just continue telling me about yourself. So like from that moment I realized, wow, these kids are really wealthy. And interesting enough, I remember overhearing a conversation between these two kids, right? And one of them was like to his friend, hey, you know, come over to my house, we can have a lot of fun, and you know, just come talk to your mom. And the other kid was quiet, and he was like, I don't think I want to come to your house. And the other kid was like, but why? And he was like, I think your house is small. And I was overhearing this conversation, and I was like, wow, man, now you're in third grade and you're talking about the size of homes, you kids. What kind of house do you live in? I figured out quite early on that I worked with a really rich bunch of kids. So I'm gonna share 3 stories where my kids made me feel broke as the first story, I had one student, and oh, I love this kid. He would come to me like every day and tell me everything under the sun. He would tell me what's trending on YouTube. He would tell me what he did over the weekend. He would tell me what show he watched. We bonded over Stranger Things. Like, he just told me his life and then what. So one day he came to me after the weekend. He was like, miss, we had sushi this weekend. And he talked like this too. He was like, miss, hey miss, we had sushi this weekend. And I was like, Abdullah, where did you eat? He's like, well, we had the best sushi, miss. And we ate at this place. I think it's called like Sushi Boutique. And I was like, oh wow. He's like, oh miss, it was so delicious. And that's exactly how he talked. I'm not even playing. And then I was like, can you, I was like, well, tell me the name of this place. I would love to go there. I like sushi, you know? And then he gets real quiet and he's like, miss, I don't think you can afford it. I was like, what? I was like, I was like, this kid did not go there thinking I can't afford it. And that's when I got real mad. I was like, excuse me, that's really disrespectful. Just tell me the name and how much it costs, okay? And I'm gonna try it out. Don't be like that to me. So he turns to me and he's like, it costs 2,000 riyals a person. What? 2,000 a person? That is $500 US a plate. I looked at him and I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm not eating there. I'm not eating there. $500 a plate? What kind of sushi they serving? Oh, hell no. So from that moment, I was like, I guess I cannot be eating at the restaurants these kids be eating at. So Another time where like it really hit me that I'm coming from a different world than these kids. I went home for my sister's wedding, right? And I was gone for 2 weeks and I prepped them and everything, and they had a substitute and they missed me. Of course they missed me because they love me. And when I came back, they asked me, one of my students, one of my most innocent students, it's always the innocent ones, one of my most innocent students raises his hand and he says, "Miss, where did you sit on the airplane?" And I'm so naive, you know? I was like, "Oh, I love to sit by the window." I was like, I went into this whole story about how I take a pillow with me every flight and I book a window seat and I sleep against the window. And then he looks at me, he's like, "No, no, miss." And he was like, "Did you sit in the front of the plane, in the middle of the plane, or in the back of the plane?" I was like, wow. It hit me. I was like, wow, this kid wants to know what class I was in. What class I was in? Why is it any of your business? I told him, I was like, "Listen, I sat in economy class." The whole class was in uproar. Every single kid in that class, and I have 23 students, every single boy in that class was screaming, "What? Economy? How could you? Oh my God, we never sit in economy. That's horrible. What, miss? We always sit first class. We sit VIP. We sit in our private jets." And for the next 30 minutes, every single kid in the class told me stories from their travels and what it's like to sit in first class and what it's like to go upstairs in the airplane. You know what? The upstairs section where us peasants don't even see the door where they enter from. Upstairs, how there's a bar and there's no, you can walk around up there. And they told me about and they went on to tell me about showers and beds and private cabins. And I was like, wow, y'all living the life. I was like, I've never experienced that. If I flew like that, I wouldn't want to ever fly economy either. And at the end of our conversation, I turned to them and I said, I was like, I've never flown first class, but I pray somebody someday will buy me first class tickets. They didn't get the hint. Nobody bought me any first class tickets. So that time also, I already knew by that point in the school year, I knew that they had money, but they didn't know my financial status. And I felt bad. At the end of that conversation, I was like, I should have lied. They know I'm broke. They know their teacher's poor. I should have lied. The third and last story I'm gonna share, where like my students really just stab you in the heart. I told them, I was like, "Listen guys, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. Support me, support your teacher." And one kid, he goes, "Miss, I know why you're starting a YouTube channel." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "'Cause you're poor." Oh man, kids, they say what they want to say. They say whatever comes out of their mouth. They don't have a filter system. But gosh, like, come on, can you filter that just a little bit? And I looked at him and I was like, "You're right. You are right. I am poor. Hell yeah, I'm trying to make money off this YouTube business." What? The stories that I wanted to share with you guys, just to give you a glimpse into my students and some of the daily things that I faced. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until later, take care. Bye bye.